I recently met a Nigerian here in the UK that went through an episode of depression for a couple of months, and with the help was able to get from the university he attends, he was able to actually come out of that depression. And I felt there's a need for me to actually talk about some of the mental health challenges faced by immigrants here. Most people living in the UK are actually going through depression. So many of them, it's not actually so much evident why so many of them it actually weighs them down that they actually needed therapy to be able to come out of that mental state. So I think I'll be sharing with you some of the experiences I've had from people, and so many information I've gotten as regards the mental health challenges faced by immigrants, especially Nigerians in the UK. So if you think this will interest you, don't go anywhere, keep watching. Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your boy again, Daniel. I currently reside in the UK and I share videos on how to relocate abroad. I share with you every information you need to know about relocation into the UK. So if you think you want to be a part of this family, click on the red subscribe button below to join this growing family. And for my 10 subscribers, thank you guys for being here. I really do appreciate you. So without further ado, let's get started with the video. It's very dangerous to assume that people living in the UK are actually not experiencing any form of stress or any form of mental stress. Honestly, people are actually going through a lot, and for me, I decided I wasn't going to allow the stress. For at least my first 1 year in the UK was actually very stressful, and I said I wasn't going to allow the stress here to really bother me. Honestly, you could probably see people posting good videos, beautiful pictures like some of the ones I'm sharing with you guys on the screen. Yeah, that's me. Yeah, some of the things guys sharing on the screen, and you think, oh, they are doing well. Please try and reach out to them. Some of them actually be going through a lot of things they can't say to people. So I decided that today I was going to go outside. So I decided to come to this beautiful place that you can see here. I just felt I just needed a time off the stress in this country. Honestly, this UK can be stressful. Honestly, trust me. It's a reality that so many immigrants or many immigrants in the UK actually undergoing or experiencing mental illness. Now, when I say mental illness, it doesn't necessarily mean like what everyone seems as mental illness. Depression is one of the mental illness experienced by people, and because of the fact that people live in the UK, everyone assumes they are all doing fine, and that's not the reality. There are actually a lot of people in the UK that are experiencing a lot, now, especially people that are currently illegal immigrants. That's a reality. There are actually so many people living in the UK that are not staying here legally, and the challenge with that is the fact that they are unable to work. They are not allowed to work in the UK because obviously they shouldn't even be in the UK in the first place. So many of these people, end up going through a lot of episodes of depression. So many of them even end up in psychiatric homes, and undergoing a lot of therapy, medication just to get them back to the state they should be, their normal state. So honestly, even aside from people who are in the UK illegally, even people that are here legally, they're actually facing a lot. Also, so many students are actually going through depression. Now, as I said earlier, when I met a particular student that had like episode of depression for about 2 months, I think about 2-3 months. He couldn't even focus on his courses for that semester. He had to go on therapy, and he had to postpone, or should I say defer, extend his the duration of his studies in the UK now, because he was going through a lot of stuff that he couldn't explain to anyone. That's why I tell people that even if you have family or friends living in the UK, try as much as possible to check up on them. Don't assume that they're doing well. You probably see them post beautiful pictures, like some of the pictures that you can see on the screen of me. You might think, oh, see Daniel looking good, he's doing very well. Sometimes we need to actually check up on them, and even those living in the UK, try to keep constant communication with your family back home, because sometimes no matter how strong you feel you are, there'll be a point you actually need to speak to someone. Honestly, people are actually going through a lot in the UK now. This particular student came into the UK, and he was a self-sponsored student, and he was going through quite a lot of things. He was trying to work so hard to pay up the balance of his tuition fee. He had a lot of financial obligations back home. His old parents were actually depending on him financially, and he's got siblings who were still in the university back in Nigeria. So he had like quite a lot of financial obligation, and according to the story he told me some weeks back, he had to send money back home. He had to sort out his bills in here in the UK. He's got rent, he's got tuition fee balance to pay, and all of those things. So I know at the point he was actually struggling and trying to make sure he was able to meet up with all of this obligation, and now episode of depression started when he failed two of his courses in the first semester. And I can imagine it's quite understandable that someone who is trying to make money, trying to, get funds to sort out bills, and still end up, having issue with one of your courses, it can really be frustrating. That was when his episode of depression started. And I try to advise people that when you're in the UK, try as much as possible to, because UK can be a very lonely place. Honestly, I've shared this in so many of my previous videos. UK can be a very lonely place. Honestly, I've got a friend that I haven't seen him. We live in the same city. We attend the same, or he's a graduate now. Well, we used to attend the same university before he finished, and I haven't seen him since the beginning of 2020. This is June 16, 2020, and I haven't seen him this year, despite the fact that we live in the same city. So UK can be a very lonely place. Honestly, it can be a very, very lonely place. That's why I try as much as possible to have fun. Like, if you follow me on Instagram, you will see me post beautiful pictures almost every week, because I try as much as possible to just go out there, have fun, experience things. And one of my targets or plans for the remaining part of this year is to travel outside the UK. Just to expose yourself to different culture, keep your mind occupied. Just to enjoy the fun of being outside Africa. Honestly, it really can be very much depressing, and that's the reality of things. So when he failed the courses, he tried as much as possible to still meet up with his with his academic responsibilities, and he found it a bit very difficult, and he went into depression. He began to isolate himself, until the school team called him, and he had to open up to them that he's going through this, and he had to undergo therapy. This next semester was he couldn't attend classes, so was recently he just got like an extension on his visa so that he can be able to finish the courses he couldn't finish. And that's just the sad reality. Now you forget the fact that depression is not just a thing of location. It's not as if, oh, when you're, so many of us Nigerians, we have this common saying that if you can go through the hell in Nigeria, you can go through anything outside the country, outside any other country. And that's true to a reasonable extent. However, to be honest with you, people are going through a lot. Like, people are going, even people that are British citizens here, so many of them go through mental illness. Not because things are not working in their country. Obviously, most Africans came into this country because they've got like they've got a system that is working, but they still go through mental illness, they still go through depression. And as I've always said, UK is a very lonely place, and you need to try as much as possible to keep contact, keep relationship. When I first came into the UK also, I had the experience of just staying indoor. I was lucky to, in a way, because when I came into the UK, I happened to, move into a school accommodation, and most of the people in the school accommodation are Africans. And after those Africans, like 90% are Nigerians. So I was able to actually meet with people to talk to, people I could gist with. I had like 3 Nigerians in my flat, so we meet in the in the lounge and have conversation, gist about Nigeria, and just about different things, people that you could relate with. At the point, my first 3 months in the UK, I never even knew I was in the UK. It felt like I was still in Nigeria because I had like close contact with Nigerians. Now that might not be the case for someone that moved to a particular city in the UK where there are actually few Africans or few black in that city. I've heard a lot of people going through a lot of things. I met someone that she had to leave the city she was living in, like where she was schooling, to move to another city because she found it a bit difficult to meet with blacks. And I understand the idea of you're in a new country, you need to mix with people from different races and create relationships. However, honestly, it might be difficult because at a point you might really need people that thinks like you, people that talks like you, to be able to blend into the system, honestly. So, but basically, I just feel that there's a need for people to understand their mental state and ensure that you try to enjoy. Honestly, UK can make you a workaholic if you're not. Now, for someone like me, I'm not an introvert. I think I'm in between. But while I was in Nigeria, I was an introvert. I barely go for parties. I barely go out for any reason. However, I try as much as possible to do some of those things in the UK, because if you don't, you end up having like a triangle life from home to your part-time jobs to school, then you're back home again. You see yourself moving around the cycle, and that can be frustrating. Those are some of the things that actually end up leading to mental illness. So it's very important, if you're in the UK, try to keep connection, keep friends, try and form relationship, have conversation with people, share what you're going through with people. And that's one of the major things that people are facing here. So many people tends to keep to themselves, and when you bottle up a lot in your mind, it really affects you. So if you're coming to the UK, or you're currently in the UK, and you've had like experience of people going through mental illness, going through depression, going through extreme cases of loneliness, you can just set in the comment section. Let's just have a chat and share experiences as regards this mental state of people living in the UK. UK can be fun to be with, and at the same time UK can actually be frustrating. It can be lonely, honestly. That, especially if you're coming to the UK as a single person like me, and you don't have family, you don't have a wife, you don't have kids here, you don't have your siblings, and you're just all by yourself. It can be lonely, honestly, because everyone is here for themselves in the UK. That's the reality. Everyone is trying to achieve something, and so if you decide to stay in the UK and you're thinking, oh, you've got a friend in the UK, so I think it should be easy. It might be easy, but at the same time, that friend is also trying to make money, trying to meet up with some obligations, and you get what I mean. So it's very important for you to at least try and connect with people. It will really help a lot. And if you think you've got to the point where you need help, speak out. Try and ask questions, ask people for opinion. So that particular person that I was talking about earlier was able to seek help, and after the therapy, it was fine. Obviously, there's still some part of him that still need him to work, that needs him. That needs help, or that he needs to actually work on, which according to him is really working on them. Honestly, depression is real. People are going through mental illness. I just imagine people that are in the UK illegally. They what they go through, honestly, what they go through is crazy. I really don't see the reason why I would want to stay in the UK illegally, honestly. If there's no other option, just go back to where you're coming from, or find a way, because there are actually a million ways of staying back in the UK illegally. It's going to cost you lots of money, like thousands of pounds, but there are many ways. I'm still going to make a video on that very soon. There's actually millions of ways, thousands of ways to stay back in the UK illegally. Because if you decide to stay back illegally, I met someone that was like, if nothing happened after my visa, I'm just going to stay back and hustle through life. Yeah, you hustle through life, but it can be depressing, honestly. It can be very depressing. I've had a chat with someone that was once an illegal immigrant in the UK, and the experience he shared with me is not something I would ever advise anyone to go through. Honestly, nah, I would never advise anyone to go through such a thing. So, but because aside from the fact that they're not able to work, they can't rent an apartment. Because if you want to rent an apartment in the UK, they will ask for your rights to live in the UK. And if you're living illegally, you don't have the documents. So you probably end up, living in a house rented by another person. So if, for instance, if I have like papers in the UK and I decide to get an accommodation for, let's say, £400, and you probably want to give the house to someone that doesn't have papers, someone that is illegal in the UK, you end up giving this person for like £500. So someone that can't work in the UK and still need to pay, extra bills. It's really frustrating. It can really throw one into depression. If you now eventually have kids, your kids can't travel outside honestly, it's really a mess. And people are actually going through that in the UK. Like in so many of the developed countries, people staying back illegally. It's crazy, honestly. And it's also something that I personally can advise for anyone. Never. If there's no other choice, just go back to where you come from and re-strategize life. I know it's easier said than done, but really, I just feel that's the wise or sane thing to do. Anyway, that's all about that. So if you have any experience from people, or you've had stories of people that have gone through mental illness as immigrants in the United Kingdom, just sit in the comment section and share with us. Let's have conversations. Honestly, you might actually be helping someone. You might be giving an advice that would really take someone, that would change the life of someone drastically. So please state your opinion in the comment section. And if you find this video useful, click on the like button so that YouTube can promote this video to reach as many people as possible. And if you're coming across my YouTube channel for the first time, what are you waiting for? Come on, click on the subscribe button to join this growing family. And for my returning subscribers and viewers, you guys are amazing. Thank you for the love. I really do appreciate you guys. So this will be the end of this video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you.